remember this. When the light goes out, who will be the light? The same applies to other things in life. When the Son of God is wealthy, the whole world is wealthy. And that is when the light will shine, even when the light is shining. People say, how is this so? We were told of Yeshua, Jesus. Yes, I do not discredit them either. Follow them if you will. Jesus will lead you to Yahweh. Remember that. And Yeshua, it was truly a good theatrical. Yes, we can write things, we can put things there. But where is the evidence? And even then, who believes that the light should be put out so that we can be put into chaos and darkness? Is that what we believe? You know, if we can shift our perceptions into wanting to live eternally, we can realize as a species we can do this. We do not need all this extra ornamentation. Faith is so much stronger than you yet believe. But faith does barely exist in this world because we cannot resonate on the same function. Even in the religions that we try to create around things, we cannot resonate with them. So we're stuck there in shame, trying to understand these things. All different religions for all different people to give us all different opinions. But when you know that that does not create oneness and that creates division, being stuck in your own way, then you realize the truth that you have to actually have the words to convince people of your argument. You have to not force them to change. Force is not the way, and therefore you must try to convince. But then your argument can't be held on religious principles to win the argument because their religion holds them in check. So the only thing you can do is prove them wrong by teaching them all of these amazing things by proving them. Prove the heart, prove the mind, prove the eyes, prove what we see, prove what we touch. You do it in the most intricate way you can. You find the most amazing philosophies in these other religions and you compare them to science and today. When you do these things, you'll realize we already know these answers. Yes, we do. We know them. And we're hiding them for delicate reasons because of the balances that hold things in check. And so that is why there's always a steady pace to slow down the light. And some people get fearful and they put it out. But what you have to understand is illumination is not about when the world desires it, nor when I desire it. It comes only when it is willing and wanting from all sides, all behalfs, all functions. That is why these things must come in time and in segments and in places. But that is not to say that any of what the Christians say is true. That is the only way to put out the light. That has nothing to do with keeping the light here. And even if it was the case, then they can believe in Jesus for the rest of their lives, and therefore there is no revelation. There's no revelation. Where is the revelation? Where is it? For you believe in a book. You believe in everything there in front of you that was told to you. You don't want to expand your mind to the horizons of new ideas and new theologies, of new philosophies of the human being and spirit. You don't even want to use the science we have today to back it up, though some of you do. And I am not coming at all of you either. A lot of you are in my favor. I know this. Oh yes, I know this. But until I see more thorough evidence to be convinced, and where is the faith? For the life and the light is here. Where's the faith? I know these things before I say them. That is why I'm able to say them when I say them. People cannot necessarily say I am the light unless they actually acknowledge it and mean it, and truth is within it. This does not mean you have to be this thing every second of the day, but it means you have to be those things when it matters and when it counts. We all fall, but we can all come together and realize that we can be true teachers as well. And that is the part about being the human condition that we must rise beyond and work together to come together to really hold all of each other up. Doesn't mean we all come to one another immediately. It's not like that. Building a new future isn't just building walls. It isn't definitely not tearing a bunch of stuff down without talking through things thoroughly. Things have to be talked through all the time. And when those walls are broken down through conversations, you can realize that there is truth that can be met. When two people realize that they have to eventually agree to the same thing. They have to, because we have the same exact species being within us. So therefore we have to see it in the exact same way. And the deniers are always the ones trying to fight at the last second and hold on to that last thing. And that doesn't mean either that people can't use that spiritual imbuement and bring you to them. And then once you have trusted them, then they can turn on you and say at the very last second, once they have your heart, then they can say, and here it is, Jesus, and he's going to die for your sin. Boom. And then they do it, and then it locks all that light away, and you were basically tricked and deceived. It's just, these type of things can happen. I mean, the mastery of the theater that these beings try to put on to condemn us in these constant motions of cycles is unbelievable. But one thing we have to do know is it's allowed because it's a test. It's a test to see if we're ready. It's a test to see if we're willing to come together. That's what the test was always about. That's what the test is now. And coming together can always happen. It can always happen. And when the world comes together, we can definitely build a way by the future. And I also think go to Mars and beyond and all those things. Not that I'm saying whatever those things are even need or want to exist. I'm saying that they definitely hold principles within the mind that cause function within the universe. So know that. Perception is key. That is the truth. The truth knows perception. See, the truth comes first. The truth knows to go to perception. And that's important. That's all for now. Lex is gone.